Hello everyone, it's Cleo here, and today we're going to be talking about the 5-minute clip that has been shown on YouTube of My Little Pony Make Your Mark. The scene starts off with Pip performing a song with Jazz Hooves and Rocky at the main melody salon. They sing the song Put Your Hooves Up, which is catchy enough, and it definitely seems like a song that Pip would write and sing. At 052, you see Sunny's cutie mark glowing. Maybe that has to do with her alicorn powers when she's feeling connected to others, and then she can become an alicorn. Or it could just be an animation oversight, like Jazz's ears that keep disappearing. Zip tries to explain to her friends that they can't just ignore the magic disappearing, as if they do, it may be lost forever. Besides Pip, it seems like the others didn't know about this from their reactions. Outside, they hear Pegasus, who loses flight and comes crashing to the ground on top of a unicorn and earth ponies. We later discover this is a result of the pony crystals glitching. Arguments ensue as Posy, the new antagonist seemingly, comes in to rally against the unicorn and Pegasus as they were granted magic and the earth ponies were not. The Earth Ponies believe this injustice should be solved by banning magic at the traditional Earth Pony celebration Maritime Bay Day. This causes thunderstorms to come into town. Perhaps this is a connection to the Wendigos from G4, as the hate between the tribes resulted in weather changes as well before. It's also interesting there is no sign of Sprout in this movie. It would be on brand for him to join Posy's cause, so where is he? Maybe he'll show up in the film later? It seems like a bit of an odd choice to just kind of erase him from this story when he was so important before. Maybe he's just in hiding now. From all of this discord, Zip realizes the crystals were powered by the friendship between all the pony races, and when fighting occurs, the crystals' power weakens. Sunny questions if these glitches and the disharmony between the races was the reason the crystals were separated in the first place. Now, it sounds interesting enough on paper. I think what works about it is that, of course, it's cute ponies and it's a natural follow-up to the film, and that does work. I think the Earth ponies not liking it does just make sense. But the problem is, the animation's just not very expressive, and I have gone on at length about how it's not very good, so I'll save you the lecture again. But the long and short of it is, it doesn't evoke much feeling because the faces and their bodies are just not showing much feeling. It works about as well as any other cartoon with your eyes closed, but the visuals don't really match any particular emotion very strongly. And as a side note, while I really do think that Pip, Zip, and Sunny's voice actors are really genuinely very good matches for the film actors, I think that Izzy and Hitch just don't sound like they do in the film, and as a result, their characters just seem very different. Hitch seemed a lot more serious and mature, and now he just seems kind of foolish and almost childish, and it's honestly the same for Izzy. She seemed more interesting, a little more nuanced, and maybe, like I say, a little older and a little more mature. These characters now seem quite simplified and babyish, which is kind of sad to see, and I think it's interesting that the sister characters have been kept at more the level they originally were at. I'm not quite sure why Hitch and Izzy in particular have had this downgrade. As for Sunny, I think she is something of a Mary Sue, just a little bit in the film, and that's kind of carried on into this, I believe, so it's not really any massive change for her. It's just kind of sad that she's not getting any, big character progression there, but it's perhaps unsurprising as she is just kind of a one-size-fits-all main character. I wish I was more excited for this story, but it just seems a lot like other Netflix 3D animated stuff. It's more interesting than the Boss Baby cartoon, but it's leaning a little too much into being like the Boss Baby, which is ultimately not a good thing. It's giving slightly soulless vibes, which is not what we want from our content anymore. I think people expect a lot more than they did in the past. If you look at 1980s cartoons, they were generally pretty soulless and just made to fill a brief instead of it being anybody's true heart and soul and idea being put into it. And this is leaning more into that, and that's just not what we expect from modern media. From such good programs being released for children in the past 10 years, we've come to expect a lot from children's media, and maybe you think that's unfair, but the precedent has been set, and even one of those contributing shows was the My Little Pony G4 show. It had a lot of heart and soul put into it compared to what we were used to at the time. The bar was set higher by these programs, so of course no one wants to see the bar lowered again to how it was before. But of course that's just my thoughts, and it was just 5 minutes of the film. Maybe it's going to pick up, maybe there's going to be a big plot twist and make it really interesting and I'm going to eat all my words. I would really love that, but more importantly, I'd love to know what you think. Let me know in the comments below what you think to all of this, and if you agree or disagree or have a completely different opinion altogether. And as always, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching!